Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for January 9th, 2013. As you can see, we are still well above normal for this time of year as far as temperatures, especially along the coast. When we take a look at the latest observations this morning as of 8 a.m., you can see our temperatures are in the upper 20s to mid 20s over portions of the interior. You can see where our snowpack is definitely located, that is for sure. However, as you head towards the coast, you range from the upper 20s to mid 30s. Temperatures variable depending on how much cloud cover was able to clear out and how light your winds got, thus, your temperatures fell off. So, clearly a chilly morning, but not as cold as it could be for this time of year. So what can we expect for today? Well, the good news is that winds are going to shift to the southwest, and we are going to warm up very nicely into the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, lower to mid 50s along the coast. We are looking at some excellent weather conditions setting up for today. As you can see with the radar, really not much going on here whatsoever. We have dry conditions in place throughout the entire eastern United States. Taking a look at the latest infrared satellite picture, you can see high pressure is pretty much in control throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic with very comfortable and pleasant weather conditions. You can see warm air invading from the southwest at the mid-levels here via this cloud cover. And this storm right here is what's going to pump up our ridge to the east and allow very warm air to invade the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, for tomorrow, it will be slightly cooler in the mid to upper 40s because we're going to have more cloud cover and better potential for some scattered showers as a polar air mass tries to build back into the region. However, for the most part, we're going to remain above normal with the threat for showers returning by Friday with a warm front moving through. So let's take a look at the latest forecast. Now, for this afternoon, you can see once again, high pressure is certainly taking hold and building nice and strongly. You can see that polar air mass trying to invade the northern mid-Atlantic, allowing our temperatures to fall back just a little bit by tomorrow afternoon in the mid to upper 40s. Lower 40s over the interior, of course. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon, though, that high pressure system is going to start to shift to the east, and we'll start to see warmer air start to invade tomorrow evening. So do not be surprised to see some fog, especially on early Friday morning as this warm air invades to the north and east. By the time we get to Friday, here we are with our cold front starting to set up over the Great Lakes. We are in a nice strong southwesterly flow. That means temperatures for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are looking to be in the lower to mid 50s over many locations. Could see some upper 50s along the immediate coast with this strong southwesterly wind, basically from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up towards Maine, providing very mild conditions. You could thank your southeast ridge here for these mild weather conditions we've been experiencing so far this week and really for much of this winter so far. This is the culprit that has been throwing a monkey wrench into pretty much everyone's winter forecast thus far this year. And the reason why, just to touch on this, is because El Nino never developed. Unlike what was forecasted by the CPC and everyone else, including myself, El Nino didn't develop, and as a result, this is a thorn in every snow lover's back. Let's just put it that way. So, with that southeast ridge in place, it's driving warm air in place all the way up the east coast, and that warm air and tranquil weather conditions will continue. For Friday, look for a few scattered showers. Saturday and Sunday, generally dry, can't rule out an isolated shower here and there. However, by the time we get to Monday, a strong cold front will start to drive through the region. You can see that with the very strong thermal gradient here. Now, I'm going a little bit different than what the European model guidance has shown here. This ridge is expected to be shifted off the east coast, and so as a result, you have all this Arctic air focusing over the northern plains and Great Lakes. But for the northern mid-Atlantic, for the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area, look for a very strong thermal gradient. I can clearly see for Monday afternoon we're going to be in the 50s, but those temperatures are going to be falling. Tuesday, I can make a case where southern New Jersey is 55 degrees, and let's say the Hudson River Valley or White Plains, New York, is around 32. I could definitely make a forecast like that. It's definitely possible. This thermal gradient is going to be very tight on Tuesday. So look for periods of rain on Monday, And then on Tuesday, rain possibly mixing with snow, especially as you move further north, depending on where this Arctic cold front starts to slide south. This Arctic cold front will slide south all day Tuesday, but don't be surprised if southern New Jersey is in the 50s and northern New Jersey is in the 30s with this type of setup developing by the time we head into Tuesday, as this very strong and powerful Arctic high pressure system bleeds south and builds south into the region. And again, here's our stubborn southeast ridge here trying to fight back against this Arctic air. But eventually, this southeast ridge is going to get crushed. And as it's doing so, Arctic air is going to flood the northern mid-Atlantic. Now, exactly the details as far as, temperatures and storm tracks, that all depends on exactly how the disturbances interact in this weather pattern. But clearly, we are moving towards a colder and stormier weather pattern. Not saying stormy, just colder and stormier. So that is the forecast for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can always follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. And of course, on January 19th, we're having a winter weather workshop via Storm Surge LLC. The guys at Live Weather Blogs, myself, and Gia Atmosphere Weather is all working together. We're going to have presentations about what to expect for the rest of this winter, for the spring outlook, and of course to take your questions and answers moving forward. Again, it's in the Philadelphia area, right here, Homeville, Pennsylvania, 123 Main Street, between 9:30 and 11:30 a.m. $20 in advance, $30 at the door. Of course, proceeds also go to the Red Cross Sandy Relief Fund. That is your forecast for today. Stay safe out there.